Speculation continues to grow among Coronation Street fans regarding potential murder victims, and Theo Silverton is widely considered to be one of the most likely candidates, largely due to his increasingly disturbing behavior in recent storylines. Regarded as one of the most unsettling and dangerous characters to appear in Weatherfield, Theo has subjected Todd Grimshaw to sustained emotional and physical abuse, played a role in the death of Billy Mayhew, and demonstrated aggressive and manipulative tendencies toward others connected to Todd. Actor James Cartwright, who portrays Theo, has suggested in an interview that although consequences may eventually catch up with the character, his violent actions may not yet be over. According to James, Theo could even turn on multiple individuals within the storyline, including Todd himself, as well as Carl Webster and George Shuttleworth, all of whom have had tense or hostile interactions with him. From a viewer's perspective, he suggested, it would not be surprising to see Theo commit another serious crime, especially given that his past actions have already established a pattern of dangerous behavior. Now that the truth about Billy's death has come to light, Theo is under increasing pressure, which could push him further toward extreme decisions. At the same time, the upcoming episodes are guaranteed to feature at least one major death, with one of 5 key characters set to lose their life at the hands of someone within the community. James also reflected on the possibility that Theo himself could ultimately face consequences for his actions. He described the character as someone who has gradually become more destructive, comparing him to a dangerous and uncontrollable figure who has alienated nearly everyone around him. As Theo's behavior has worsened over time, he has not only caused harm directly, but has also provoked others into reacting in extreme ways. His journey, according to James, has been a gradual descent, starting from a place where he believed he was acting out of love, but slowly spiraling into increasingly harmful and toxic actions. This steady escalation has left Theo isolated and cornered, creating a situation where both his own fate and the fate of those around him hang in the balance, adding even more suspense to the unfolding Murder Week storyline. Continuing his vivid description of Theo's downward spiral, James Cartwright remarked that, over time, Theo Silverton has effectively turned the residents of Weatherfield against him, comparing the situation to a pack of wild animals closing in on their target. In his words, Theo's actions have provoked such hostility that it now feels as though the entire community has united to hunt him down. If Theo were to meet his end, there would be no shortage of suspects, and James made it clear that virtually anyone could be responsible. He joked that if Theo became the victim, it would be like randomly selecting a culprit, given how many people have motives against him. Among the possible suspects, he highlighted George Shuttleworth, humorously noting that George's profession might make it easy for him to dispose of a body without raising suspicion. He also mentioned Todd Grimshaw and Carl Webster, describing Carl as a particularly dangerous and predatory figure who causes harm wherever he goes. James further suggested that the true culprit could just as easily be someone completely unexpected, such as Summer Spellman, illustrating how unpredictable the storyline could become. In the upcoming episodes, Theo is portrayed as increasingly unstable, with nothing left to lose, making him more dangerous than ever before. James explained that the character has reached a point where he no longer cares about maintaining appearances or convincing others that he is a good person. Instead, Theo is now acting purely out of desperation and survival instinct, fully aware that his situation is deteriorating rapidly. Drawing again on the analogy of a cornered animal, James emphasized that Theo's unpredictability has intensified and his aggression has escalated significantly. He noted that all of Theo's worst traits have come to the surface at once, revealing just how volatile and threatening the character has become. While Theo's behavior has been deeply unsettling for viewers, it has also made for compelling drama. James admitted that portraying such an intense role can be physically and emotionally exhausting, as the body can still react to the stress of constant shouting and emotional scenes, even though it is all fictional. Despite these challenges, he shared that he has thoroughly enjoyed being part of one of the show's most gripping and widely discussed storylines, embracing the opportunity to explore such a complex and dark character. Reflecting on his experience, James Cartwright described his time on Coronation Street as one of the most significant and rewarding opportunities of his career, saying that being part of the show in such a meaningful capacity has been a true honor. He explained that the storyline involving Todd Grimshaw, including their intense shared scenes in the special two-hander episode, along with the dramatic plot lines connected to Billy Mayhew and the Christmas episodes, has allowed him to be part of a narrative that carries real emotional depth and importance. According to James, telling a story that resonates on such a serious and impactful level has made the experience even more fulfilling, and he expressed genuine gratitude for being entrusted with such material. He also shared that he feels fortunate to be involved with the show at what he considers to be a particularly strong and exciting period, praising the creative team behind the scenes, including producer Kate Brooks and writers Ian MacLeod and Verity MacLeod for their contributions. James noted that the series currently feels revitalized and creatively energized, describing it as being in a particularly successful phase. He also pointed out that modern television faces increasing competition from platforms such as streaming services and online content, which has pushed traditional shows to evolve and raise their storytelling standards. In his view, Coronation Street has responded to this challenge effectively by delivering more ambitious and high-stakes storylines, ensuring that it remains engaging and relevant for contemporary audiences. He concluded by expressing his belief that the show continues to stand out as one of the best viewing experiences available, whether on traditional television or across other platforms. However, despite his enthusiasm and appreciation for the role, it remains uncertain whether his character, Theo Silverton, will survive the unfolding events or become the latest casualty in the show's growing list of dramatic deaths. Coronation Street is preparing for one of its most intense and dramatic weeks yet, as the long-awaited Murder Week storyline finally unfolds, promising high tension and shocking twists for viewers. Actor James Cartwright, who plays Theo Silverton, has described the upcoming episodes as incredibly exciting, calling the experience of watching them absolutely thrilling, and suggesting that audiences will be completely gripped from start to finish. According to him, the storyline is so suspenseful that viewers will barely be able to sit still, as the drama keeps them on the edge of their seats with constant twists, emotional moments, and unexpected developments. The central plot revolves around a shocking murder set to take place on the same day as the wedding of Carla Connor and Lisa Swain, adding an extra layer of tension as celebration and tragedy collide. 5 characters have been identified as being at risk, including Megan Walsh, Jodie Ramsey, Carl Webster, Theo himself, and Maggie Driscoll, with one of them ultimately set to lose their life.